What's up, guys? How's it going? MikeTheTech here, and we have a different camera angle here today and a lav mic because we've got something a little bit different for you. We've got an unboxing from Furologee, and it is quite large. Let's jump over to the other camera and check it out. All right, so here is the package itself: desk with file drawer and 2 monitor stands. So we're gonna see what that looks like soon. So Furologee. That's how they kind of make the logo. I thought that was kind of cool. But we're gonna open this guy up and see what's inside. All right, so I also have that angle over there, so hopefully we'll be able to use that. I'm gonna figure out a way to open this and take everything out and kind of make that easier. Let's see. All right, we're in. So let's get rid of some of this trash and stuff. We've got tools. I don't know if we have all the tools, but I do see a tool in here along with the fasteners. So let's set that aside. We have the instruction manual here, more styrofoam. This is an actual piece of wood, so we'll set that down. We have the power strip. Very, very nice here. So this is an actual power strip that goes into the desk that has 3 ports as well as USB ports, so that's super convenient. We'll set that aside too. Let's go ahead and take these out. So it looks like this is for the drawers. Okay, so fabric drawers. Take this one out as well. So we always want to try and keep things organized if we can. So the first step is we take C and D, which are those 2 right there, and connect them to the 2 L's on the bottom with the number 5 screws. So let's go ahead and do that. So here are the L's, and now we need the screws from the number 5 case. 6, 2, 3, 5. Okay, so we found number 5. Make a small hole on the side so we can still see in the future which ones we need, and we need 4 here. So let's take one of these and set it just like you would as if it were getting set up so that we can see where this is going to go. So it's basically going to go right down here. So let's go ahead and do that. I could do it on the bottom, it would be easier. This is why I'm doing it on a table, so I can have better access and I don't have to go try and crawl around on the floor, except to pick up those screws which I just dropped. And once I got it enough to where it'll stand on its own, I'm going to go ahead and use, one of these L shapes. I'm just going to get this nice and tight. All right, now we're going to grab the other side and we're going to do the same thing. Now that that's set, we're going to do the same thing on the top. All right, and now step 1 is done. All right, so now it's on to step 2, where we're going to apply the board G using these screws 6. So let's go ahead and find those. It looks like these are 6s, so we'll take 4 of these out. And we're placing this one just above the natural catch on the bottom. Using the catch on the bottom though, we can have it still there while we screw these in. This is the smaller tool, so let's pull that out. And we are just kind of going in here and tightening everything up. I want to make sure it's nice and sturdy, but you don't want to over tighten it. And we are done with step 2. And now, we need F and A. So F is going to go across and A is going to be on the other side to be held up by that. So we're going to use, so for step 3, we're just going to be using F. And you can see right here, we have some slots for F right there. And we need to use the number 2 screws for this. We've got to use the larger screwdriver for this one. Once that's in nice and tight, we can move on to step 4. So here we're going to be connecting the same screws but on the other side. And now we're done with step 4. So for step 5, we're going to need H and B, and we're going to be using the number 6 screws. So here's H and B, and here are the number 6 screws. Oh, missed one step. We do need the bar that goes across A, which is L. That was an L on my part. Looks like this is it, or I actually. This is I. And it uses these screws 4. I think this is 4. So let's go ahead and do that now. Now you want to make sure to have the holes on the outside, not on the top. And now you're done with step 4. So step 5 is connecting H and B using these screws 6. So we're going to come on over here and we're going to screw these in as straight as we can, because this is wood, or particle board, or whatever it happens to be, but we don't want to split anything. We're also going to do the other side kind of at the same time. That way it doesn't kind of bend either. Great. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side, but with these legs. And now the computer stand is fixed. And that's it for step 5. For step 6, we're going to screw in the adjustable feet. So we're just gonna flip this on its side and start taking out the adjustable feet. You just screw in the bottom here, pretty easy. And we're done with step 6. Let's take a look at what we have next. So step 7, we're placing the E-bars across the top here. And we're using the number 5 screws. Wrong screw. All right, now let's get the other side in. All right, so step 7 is done. So for step 8, we need to apply the tabletop K as well as the plugs themselves. So the tabletop we're gonna do first with these screws that are labeled number 4. Oh, there is a difference. Okay, so this is really important. I messed up actually. So it looks like the number 4s go into the sides of the table and the number 3s go on the end. So I actually have to take that out. That was my mistake. So these ones are number 3s. They're slightly smaller, and we're gonna take this one out. All right, and now we can do 14 and 15. This is 14 right here. So we're gonna go ahead and drop this through the porthole and place it like that. Make sure to orient it in the appropriate direction. And then we're going to use the 15 here and the screwdriver they supplied. And just like that, it's installed. Step 8 is done. For step 9, we're going to go ahead and connect the 2 top boards. So we're going to get M and put it up top here with the 2 pegs that are included. So I'm going to grab M, which is right here. And we're going to get 2 of the included pegboards, or pegs I should say, and we're just going to place them right inside. We'll line it up and push it in just like that. And step 9 is complete. So for step 10, we're going to use the ones in the number 3 container, and we're just going to tighten these in. And with that, step 10 is complete. All right, so we're starting back up. We are on step 11, assembling the 2 monitor stands. This is O and J. So let's go and put those together with the screws 3. First side on, and the second side's on. And we got ourselves a nice little table. It does have very sticky pads on the bottom to keep it from moving. And let's go ahead and do the same process with the second one. And now we've got a second little table. And that's it for step 11. Now for step 12, we're gonna assemble the fabric drawers. So we'll start with this one here. And what you wanna do is place number 13, that flat board, into it, and it gets really, really stiff on the bottom. It's a strong board on the bottom, keeps everything flat and in the right shape. The front has a nice leather texture, you can see here. That's pretty cool. And then we're gonna put these on the handles for it. So this is number 7. Let's go ahead and take one of those out. And we need to use number 8, I believe. Yes, number 8 to actually bolt these in. So let's take these out. And those bolts are just gonna go in there just like that. You can pretty much do this by hand, but they do include a tool for you if you want to tighten them up more. And we'll just slide this in right here. So step 12 is done. Now we need to do the same thing for step 13 on the larger cabinet. So we're gonna open this one up and we're gonna place this on the inside, and then we're gonna get one of these handles. I realized that I put them on upside down. Let me see. Yeah, so the intent is for these to be the other way. Silly me. Let me go ahead and fix that. Thankfully, it's very easy to take off. And we're gonna flip that around like that. That makes more sense, you know? All right, so now it has an actual handle. Let's do the same thing over here. All right, and step 13 is done. Now we're gonna move on to step 14, which is the file cabinet accessories. So we're gonna go ahead and put numbers 17 in and the P ones in. So let's try that. And we're gonna be connecting it with the number 2 screws. So we're basically gonna be hanging these from the number 2 screws, just like that. Then we're gonna use these nuts, the number 17s, to actually tighten them on. Once those are on, we're gonna go ahead and drop these organizers in, just like that. And we'll place this into the drawer. Great. So far, so good. We are done with number 14. So now we're gonna move on to step 15, the metal hooks and the fabric drawers, which we've already placed in. So we just have to put the metal hooks using the number 2 screws as well. So I'll grab 2 of these number 2 screws and I'll grab these hooks on the side and we're just gonna screw it right in here. All right, so now step 15 is done and that's it. Let's go ahead and clean up. So there it is, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and set this up where it's actually going to go, and I'll take some shots of it in its place with a monitor and all that good stuff on it. But other than that, thank you so much for watching. And thank you so much for Furologee for sending this over. It was a very cool surprise, and we're definitely going to get some use out of it. Peace.
Stays persistent with constant bangers. Get your anger sorted out. Poke around and find out what he's all about. And if you got something to say, go ahead and interact. Hit the like button and subscribe. It's a wrap. Stack facts with dope personality. The nicest guy you'll ever meet. Just stick around and see. Spread the word, help him get that man. This is my man named MikeTheTech. So pardon miss, the hardest flex is next. My man's always down to represent. From that well-known and the hackers toolkit, it all emanates out of one single unit. The deck, he's the quickest in the West. Cycle the raps, he is simply the best. MikeTheTech, the architect. That's that digital guru with a modern day voodoo. The dude with the short fuse for ignorant minds. You can learn a thing or two about a new device. Unboxing kudos, we rock that pseudo administrative elevator command. We build it up or break it down in that virtual lab. From conversations to games to interviews with a broader view. He keeps it fresh, always brings something new. It's MikeTheTech, 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 the architect, MikeTheTech, MikeTheTech, yeah, MikeTheTech, the architect,
Commencing sequence. Counting down in 3, 2, 1.
MikeTheTech, the architect. I said MikeTheTech.